Chris Brockman's burning questions, 10 through 6.
Brockman's burning questions.
That's a fire.
All right, Christopher, music, please.
I don't know why I do the Night King thing.
It's
All right,
wonderful.
it works. Shout out everyone in the YouTube comments who I know will be positive and supportive. Number 10, the Indianapolis Colts, guys. Indianapolis Colts. I do like them to win this division. And my question for them is, does Matt Ryan have a Brady Stafford type season in him? Older quarterback going to a new team immediately takes him to the Super Bowl. I don't think the Colts are going to go to the Super Bowl, but I do expect them to make the playoffs and probably win a playoff game. And so does Matt have that in him at age 36?
The Colts tried this with Phillip Rivers a couple of years ago, but Phillip was his needle was pinning a little bit more towards E than F. And we'll see if Matt Ryan could do it, because boy, do they have that MVP candidate in a running back in Jonathan Taylor, and the rest of that defense with Shaq Leonard, and the rest of them. Best offensive line Matt Ryan's played in front of, I think you could say, in his career.
Yeah.
And if the weapons can shake loose and Ryan have that type season, I think your burning question spot on. That's number 10, huh? Colts are top 10.
Number 9, we were just talking about this team, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
The Minnesota Vikings. I'm sucking down the Viking juice this year. I'm really high on them as well. And as always, Rich, you're going to notice a theme in the 10 through 6, guys. In the big games, which Kirk Cousins is going to show up. It's really plain and simple. This team is going to ride or die with the quarterback.
All right, instead of the burning question, I must ask you the question. 9 for the Vikings. 9.
They have a really good roster. They have one of the best offenses in the NFL. You could say they have the best wide receiver. You could make a case they have one of the best running backs. And when Kirk Cousins is on, don't forget, guys, he had a really good statistical year last year.
You have already named every AFC West team not named Kansas City.
Correct.
So you have the Vikings as the second best team in the AFC West if they were playing in it. You've got them above the Chargers,
yes.
Raiders, and Broncos on your list. You're very high on the Vikings.
Very high on the Vikings.
Look at you. Okay.
Very high on the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 8, I think this team does win the NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes down to the quarterback as well. Will Jalen Hurts be the quarterback the national media and fantasy experts think he can be? He's very high on every quarterback. If you haven't had your fantasy draft list yet, you're going to notice that Hurts is really high up. A lot of these experts think that he can be amazing this year. Of course, they went out and got A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith. They are loaded with offensive weapons for him. And can he do it? That's the question.
That is all about the Eagles, because the roster is loaded and they drafted very well. I love the addition of Gardner Johnson. Late in the game, I think they do win the division, and it is a Hurts-related question, no doubt about it.
Yeah, kind of like I said, it's all about the quarterback.
7. Here we go.
Number 7. Now, I think this team can win the AFC North. I don't know if they're going to, but I think it's going to be neck and neck with the other team, and I'm giving the other team respect because of what they did last year. Number 7 is the Baltimore Ravens. I think they are going to be really good this year, and it just comes down to how long will Lamar's lack of a contract continue to be a thing? And look, they can say after week 1 it's not going to be a thing, but it is going to loom over this team all season long.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
Disagree.
I know you. I obviously I know you do. Since that's your burning question. I get it. I hear you. I'm pushing back. I'm saying that Lamar's a different. Everyone says he's a different cat. I think once this thing hits an impasse and he's like, that's the deadline, we could keep bringing it up. Are you upset that there's no contract? Are you upset? I think he'll just be in this rearview mirror and off he goes. And maybe it'll be a relief to everyone else there that it's not being brought up in every conversation. Because it will be brought up to him in every conversation that he has when he sits down for any national television partner. If he's kind enough to call back into this show, it will be asked of him. I don't think it's going to mean a damn thing, but you've got him pretty high on your list, man. 7.
Yeah, just look at what they had last year. I mean, statistically, analytically, it was the worst
26 IRs, right?
injury season maybe
Insane.
of all time. So
maybe the most unavailable team outside of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So you just consider what they have all coming back. You got Lamar kind of with this big chip on his shoulder, and so to speak, with the contract. He could have another MVP type season, and if he does, they're going to be really high the whole year.
Number 6.
Last one. They are at this number just because of what they don't have anymore and kind of the unknowns offensively. I'm looking at the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, we know Aaron Rodgers is spectacular, back-to-back MVPs. My question, will he be able to conjure up magic to make chicken salad with this offense? Because it is really kind of an unknown at the wide receiver position. We know that Aaron Jones is great. We know that A.J. Dillon has great in him.
Their defense is remarkable,
and then the defense
too.
is very improved. So weirdly, it's going to be kind of on Aaron Rodgers to kind of will this team to another 12, 11, 13 wins. So we'll see.
And bubbling beneath the surface is Rich Bisaccia fixing the problems that that really
teams,
sunk him
in the
on
playoffs.
special teams.
For sure.
Yeah. So that leaves, if I'm not mistaken, Bills, Rams, Chiefs, Bucks, and Bengals. Your top 5.
Correct. Top 5.
All right. We just find out tomorrow what the order is. Fantastic. Well done. That's Chris Brockman's burning questions as he's counting down the top teams in the NFL with a burning question attached to each.